modeling clay.
All done. Simka, take a look. I've got my own pack-a-mat. Now look at that, a pack-a-mat made out of modeling clay. But this one's my own, and it looks just like a real one. Okay, you're right, it really does, Nolik.
Simka, Nolik, what's up?
Hi there, Fire.
Want to play some tag with me?
I really wish I could play tag, but unlike you, I've got tons of work.
Yeah, like what?
Well, a bathroom hook fell down. Tom Thomas broke the lamp on his desk. The aquarium has a tube that's leaking. So go and play. I have to get a pack-a-mat.
Oh.
I wish I could play tag.
Hold on. Nolik, you've got a pack-a-mat.
Uh-huh.
Although I gotta say, it looks a little strange.
That's because it's...
Let's fix everything before Simka with your pack-a-mat and my Fixie board. This'll be great. So where is that hook that fell down? All right. Nolik, get out some sticky stuff.
From where?
Obviously, from out of your pack-a-mat.
But it isn't real. I made it out of modeling clay today.
Out of clay? Well, it totally looks real.
Long ago, back in the Stone Age, people learned how to use clay to make their dishes and sculptures. But the modeling clay that we use nowadays was only invented about 100 years ago. Actually, modeling clay is just plain old clay with some ingredients added so it won't dry out. And dyes are mixed in to make all the different colors. There is just no end to all of the fun things you can make out of modeling clay.
I got an idea. Go on, turn around.
What are you doing?
Grabbing glue out of your pack-a-mat. All right, get up here.
Will it stick?
Yeah, of course it will. Let's go and fix the lamp.
We can't fix this without a real pack-a-mat.
Yours will work just fine. Tadish! So, what else did Simka have to fix?
The aquarium.
Hop on. Well, where's that leaky tube?
Here, it's leaking at the joint.
Yeah, this tube is gonna need a lot of modeling clay. Give me the rest of your pack-a-mat.
Sure.
And here's a souvenir. They're all done.
What's all done? We already fixed everything. And what did you fix it with?
Modeling clay.
Ha! Modeling clay isn't gonna hold anything.
Well, I say it will.
Wanna bet?
All right.
It's exploding!
What in the world is happening here?
Flooding water!
You just do as I tell you, without panicking. Did you know it's possible to make modeling clay in your own home? Just write down this recipe. You'll need a cup of flour, a half a cup of salt, and a half a cup of water. Now, mix the salt with the flour and add the water little by little. Mix it together really well. What are you saying? That it looks just like dough? Well, that's exactly what it is. It's just not for eating. It's way too salty. But you certainly can sculpt things out of it. If you want your modeling clay to be colorful, you can add food coloring or watercolors to it. That's it. Your modeling clay is ready to be sculpted. When you're finished, don't forget to let your figures dry in the sun. That way they'll get nice and hard and last you a very long time. Phew. We almost didn't make it.
And did you fix the lamp with that modeling clay? Uh-huh. And the hook, too. That was not a good idea.
But it was really quick.
Hey, that's true. That's why I want to give a medal to you. You're heroes.
For real?
Of course you are. And here it is. your medal.
But it's made out of modeling clay.
Your reward fits your heroic deed.
The dog. It's about me. Fixies?
It's Chusaka. It sounds like she's angry with us. I wish I knew what that mad dog was thinking about.
I'm thinking about you. You better hide or people will see you.
I'm leaving. See you later.
It's going to rain.
Chusaka, I have no time to play right now.
I'm not playing. His feet are gonna get soaked.
Tom Thomas, I'm off. Don't be late.
Chusaka, that's enough. No, I need to go to school.
He's got his math class today and he's leaving his math book. I'm trying to serve like a good dog, but no one understands me.
Dogs have been serving people since ancient times, along with cows, horses, chickens, and other domestic animals. But of all of these animals, the dog was the very first. In the beginning, domesticated dogs looked like wolves. Over time, they started changing and were developed into dogs of many different breeds, from big shepherds to tiny chihuahuas. So a dog is not only a human's best friend, but his very first friend as well.
What is that smell?
Simka, come on out. I see you. Nolik, jump down. Oh no, we're trapped in here.
Alert, something's burning over there. Why won't they listen?
I think she's going to eat us. Together with the box. We're done for. Oh.
Come on, look!
The outlet is sparking. Oh no, something must have broken in there. Are we going to fix it? Kids should never touch outlets, and you know it too. It's forbidden. Then how do we fix it? Go find Papoose, and I'll stay here and wait for you. But where's Papoose?
I know where he is.
I don't know what she's barking about, but I think Chusaka wants to help us. Then come on, Chusaka, help us. Woo! He's in there. Papoose, Papoose.
Nolik, is that you? Ah!
There's an outlet sparking over there, and it smells like it's burning.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Chusaka found it.
Really? Great job! There are many kinds of service dogs. Dogs that help people by carrying out a wide variety of different jobs, like protecting a house or a flock of sheep if the dogs are shepherds. Some working dogs help guards protect their borders, while others work for the police. There are sled dogs that transport people and loads in the north, where there's only snow and no roads. Some service dogs help blind people by helping them get to the places they need to go. And there are dogs that save people trapped on mountains. And that's not all. Dogs went up into space before humans. But don't think that dogs are just given these jobs. Oh no, like humans, dogs study for a long time before they're allowed to take on serious work. That's all. There won't be a fire, not today.
Hooray!
Well done, Chusaka. You're a real service dog, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm a real service dog.
Chusaka, go away. I've had enough of you already today.
Don't say that, because this working dog just saved your house from burning down.
What do you mean?
She smelled smoke coming from the outlet. It could be that Chusaka means well and wants to do the right thing, but nobody understands her.
That's a bit hard to believe.
Then what's this book?
Oh, my math book. That's where I left it.
Remember how Chusaka wanted to make you take it to school this morning?
You're right. Atta girl, Chusaka. Well done.
What a rain. My feet got wet to the bone.
But this morning, Chusaka tried to get you to wear a different pair of shoes.
That's something. I should listen more closely to this smart little dog of ours.
Finally, they understand me.
The gramophone.
And that's a photograph of my mom when she was little.
She sure looked happy, didn't she? Because parents were all happy when they were children. But then they grow up and start getting all gloomy and as boring as can be.
Oh, what's this, do you know? A song about a screw? It's total nonsense.
Nonsense! It's about a screw, which means it's practically about Fixies. Why don't we listen to it and find out? If it's good, we can all dance together. How do you listen to this thing? Like this?
Why don't we try to use the player?
We won't fit in there. Look, right here it says gramophone record. See? So we need to find a gramophone player.
Find what?
Let's go to Grandpa's. Grandpa's, we found a song about a screw we want to hear. We're looking for a player for a gramophone record.
Ah, I understand. What you need is a gramophone. A gramophone is an old appliance that was made for playing back sound that was recorded onto records. If you want to turn on a gramophone, you need to turn the handle to wind up its spring. The spring makes the record spin. Then, a needle is placed on top of the record, and as it moves through the groove on the record, it shakes a little, which makes a diaphragm, a sort of mini drum skin, start to vibrate. The big horn of the gramophone then makes the sound louder, and we hear a voice or music. The most amazing thing is that a gramophone doesn't have an electric motor or any electronics. That's right, you don't need electricity for a gramophone to play back the sound that's recorded on a record. That's because a gramophone is an entirely mechanical wonder. If you want to know, there is a gramophone in the office of Tom Thomas's dad. It's on the desk.
Great, let's go.
Thanks would be nice.
I can't find the on button.
There is no on button. You need to grab that handle and turn it. Now take that thing and put it down onto the record.
It's not playing.
Look, there's no needle in there.
And where can we get one from?
We can make it. Do you have any nails around here?
Is this good?
That'll be great. Verda, are you ready? Totally. Better cover your eyes.
It's working, listen.
A little screw went for a run, and now without this little part, everything just falls apart.
If you think a screw is nothing, take it out, but just beware. Everything will break without them, with no little screws in there.
The bulldozer was a strong one, until there was a thud. And then the mighty giant fell straight into the mud. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a little screw went for a run, and now without this little part, everything just falls apart.
If you think a screw is nothing, take it out, but just beware. Everything will break without them, with no little screws in there. If you think a screw is nothing, take it out, but just beware. Everything will break without them, with no little screws in there.
Tom Thomas, what's that music playing?
It's a gramophone record.
Gramophone? I thought it was broken.
We fixed this old... not we. I fixed this thing.
Really? What a wonderful boy I've got. Other kids are breaking things, and you fixed them. What do you say we play that record once more? I used to love it so much when I was little.
The mighty crane was working until there was a pop. And then the mighty giant gave out and lost its top. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little screw went for a run. And now without this little part, everything just falls apart.
If you think a screw is nothing, take it out, but just beware. Everything will break without him, with no little screws in there. If you think a screw is nothing, take it out, but just beware. Everything will break without him, with no little screws in there.
Tom Thomas's mom really dances super.
Yeah, she knows how to have a good time, even though she's a grown-up.
If you think a screw is...
The barcode.
And so, what do we do if we happen to see humans?
Hide from them, right?
And what if you've got nowhere to hide?
Then we turn ourselves into screws.
That's correct.
Where could it be? Where on earth could I have put it? Oh, I'm such a scatterbrain.
Ah, it's Professor Eugenius. There's no need to hide from him. He's our friend.
Where has it gone?
Did you lose something again, Professor?
Yeah, how did you guess? It's just awful. Yesterday I started testing a new iron, and today, it's totally disappeared into thin air.
Where could you have put that thing?
I've got it down to 2 places. It could be in the warehouse or... not in the warehouse.
Yeah, that information will help us find it.
Or not help us find it.
Class, follow me to the warehouse.
Wow, look at all these boxes. If we have to look inside each one of them, it'll take us 2 days.
Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's look in this one.
No. Inside there is a fan.
A fan? Wow, it's a fan. And what's inside this one?
A mixer.
Yeah, amazing.
And what's in this box?
An electric kettle. Made in Germany, by the way.
He's right. There is a kettle in there.
Professor, is this some trick? I don't get it.
Grandpus, how do you do it?
It's gotta be magic. What else?
Here's how I think he's doing it. I think the professor has glasses made to see through the boxes.
Of course not. I only know how to read the barcode that you can see on each of those boxes.
Oh, that.
Exactly. If you look at the printing on packages and boxes, you will often find a symbol with a lot of black lines and numbers. These symbols are called barcodes. Each barcode has all sorts of information. What the item is, what country it came from, and even in which factory it was made. With the help of a special reading device, a scanner, it's possible to read all the information the barcode holds. It really is an excellent system for stores to know what they've got.
You don't even need a scanner to do it?
I can figure out barcodes without one. I'll teach you if you want.
Class.
Let's see. We're looking for a box with an iron. There. Well, bring in the professor.
Today, on almost everything that is sold, there is some kind of mark. For instance, this kind of mark is called a barcode. And this one, a QR code. These marks help us find out a lot of information. Suppose you walk by a building and see a QR code on it. Just point the camera on your mobile phone at it, and information about who built it and when it was built will appear on the screen. Isn't that great? It's a shame not every phone can do this yet. And that's not all. There are also marks that work without pictures. There are electronic chips that can hold information. These chips can be put inside of ID cards or travel passes, and all you need to do is press the card near a reader so it can check if you're allowed to go on through.
You just made my day. You found it so quickly. What would I do without you? Huh?
Is something wrong?
This is not an iron.
Whose sandwich is that?
Mine. Yesterday I wanted to put it into the fridge, only I guess I put it into my, Oh, I just get distracted so easily.
Look, we need to think this through logically. If you went and placed your sandwich into the box where the iron should have gone, then you must have put your iron in the refrigerator.
Oh, here you are. Here you are, my new iron. Oh, I looked everywhere for you. Thank you, my friends, once again.
There's no need to thank us at all. You're always there when we need help. You've even let us open our own school here in your laboratory.
And we don't have to hide ourselves. Yeah, that's because you're so kind and you love Fixies.
The eco-tester.
Are you ready to see my new invention? I just can't wait to show you what it does.
Whoa, what is it?
An eco-tester.
And what is it for?
This device lets you check vegetables or fruit, so you'll know if they're safe to eat.
To grow apples, tomatoes, or melons faster and bigger, people add chemical fertilizers to the soil. But there's a problem if too much of these chemical fertilizers is used. When there's too much of them, the harmful chemicals get inside the fruits and vegetables, and that makes them very dangerous to eat. An eco-tester is a special device that quickly shows how much of these harmful chemicals have gotten inside of the food. And if the reading is too high, that means you shouldn't eat it.
As you can see, the eco-tester shows that this apple is good. Well, let's see. Look, this one is safe too.
Ugh, it's not interesting this way.
These apples are all safe.
Now let me take this delicious apple and, make it bad. We will inject this apple with a harmful amount of nitrates.
How come?
What do you mean, how come? So we can see how the eco-tester works.
Whoa!
Aha! So you see, the eco-tester clearly shows this apple is poisonous and can't be eaten.
Is it only for apples or for any kind of fruit?
Any fruit or vegetable. I can get a watermelon to show you.
Could it really be true that watermelons can have nitrates too?
Of course they can have nitrates.
Humans often act without any concern for nature. The waste from factories, airplanes, cars, and cities causes tremendous damage to nature. Species of plants and animals disappear. Air, water, and soil become polluted. And many other kinds of ecological problems appear. And humans shouldn't think that ecological problems are just nature's problems. Because when humans harm nature, they are also harming themselves. People breathe in the dirty air, drink polluted water, and eat food grown in soil contaminated with chemicals. If humans don't want to drink milk filled with poisons, and they want to eat ecologically clean fruits and veggies, then they must learn to treat nature as their friend.
Hey, why don't we test these apples ourselves? Nolik, help me out.
Oh, it rolled away.
I don't care. That apple's poisoned with nitrates. Oh, apples.
Lisa, don't eat that! Lisa, stop! Please sit down.
What?
You bit into it?
Yes, and what?
Oh no, it's poisoned!
What?
Do you have trouble talking?
Oh, yeah.
You feel faint?
Oh, I'm fainting.
Lisa, hang in there.
What?
There's no poison in that apple she ate.
Oh, my assistant. Oh, no. I've poisoned her. Oh, Lisa, please.
There was no poison in that apple. Oh, no. He didn't hear us.
What should I do?
I know how to make him hear.
Hello? It's an emergency. It's a case of poisoning. Not me. I poisoned someone. Yes, with an apple. Fire. Poison. Oh.
Professor, this apple has no poison in it. The bad one rolled away onto the floor.
Did it really? This is just fantastic news. Can you see me, Elisa?
I can't see anything.
How's that?
I see you. I can see you. I can see again.
I have great news. There's no poison at all in this apple.
Are you sure?
It's perfectly fine. Here, take a look. The eco-tester shows that there are no harmful chemicals inside.
It's wonderful news.
This is one excellent apple. And nutritious.
This appliance of yours is simply wonderful.
Now she'll say he's a genius.
Professor, you are a genius. Thank you for saving my life.
Oh, it was nothing.
Actually, it was Nolik. He saved her life. I did? Dropping the watermelon was your idea, wasn't it? Ah, you're right. I saved her life.
The vent. Tom Thomas. Tom Thomas.
Okay.
Simka, Tula, check it out. It's pretty, isn't it? Oh, splendid.
It's nothing but a trinket. It's completely useless.
Useless? Look how well it matches my hair clip.
Useful things are the kinds of things you truly need. For instance, like this rope ladder I've got.
It's splendid. And where do you plan on climbing with this thing? Now, this mirror here is both useful and pretty.
Oh, how splendid. Tula, you say everything is splendid. Well, here's something super splendid that I bet you don't have.
Oh, what is it?
It's a mechanical super claw.
It must be just perfect for scratching your back. Now look what I have. A photograph of Vector. And he signed it for me, too.
Are you sure that's Vector?
You've got a photo of the bravest Fixie on the face of the entire planet? Yeah, and the most beautiful.
Is it him for sure? No way. Let me take a look.
You'll smudge it.
You've been fooled.
No.
Yes.
Jealous?
You are.
My photo! Oh, no! What was that?
A draft.
This is completely your fault.
It's not my fault. It's your fault for bragging so much.
Please, girls, stop fighting. Let's go find it. It's just horrible to lose a picture signed by the most famous Fixie ever.
It will be horrible when that picture of a Fixie is found by humans.
So where could it be? I know how we can find it.
Exactly. We'll blow a bubble and watch which way it goes as it floats away. We'll follow it and find your picture.
Do you know why you can blow bubbles out of soapy water? At the surface of any liquid, there's an invisible film that is very thin but very strong. If you want to see it for yourself, fill up a glass with water all the way to the very top. Now you need to take a coin and carefully drop it into the water sideways. Then drop in another coin, and another, and another. You'll see that the water doesn't pour out, but rises up and forms a hump. That's because the water at the top sticks together. Why? Because of a force called surface tension. Thanks to surface tension, water can form drops. It also helps us blow soap bubbles, because when we add soap into the water, the film gets even stronger, but still not strong enough to stop the bubbles from bursting.
Okay, it's ready. Now we need to blow.
Do it together. And... I don't think this way's gonna work. Look, it's flying!
We did it! The vent! Of course! Why didn't I think of that before? Have you ever seen holes in the bathroom or kitchen that are covered with grids? Well, those are called vents. And behind the vent is a long pipe called an air duct. Unpleasant odors and musty air can be forced into the ducts and sent out of the house. And if you want that old, stale air to leave the house even faster, open a window and let in some of the fresh air from outside. Keep the air in your home as fresh as it can be. Hey, take a look! It got stuck over there! Get it before it flies away! How can we grab it? What do you mean? Don't you remember what I've got? Titties! Thank you, Simka. What would we ever have done without your mechanical claw and your fantastic ladder? Then here you go, a present for you. Oh, thanks, it's just great. And I want to give you this. Oh, gee, it's just splendid.
Simka, are you here? Huh, what you got there, Simka?
A little mirror. It's pretty, don't you think?
Oh, you girls. You're all the same.
The wires. Quiet down. Get ready for your lesson.
Be quiet.
Quiet down, please. Oh, it's so hot here. In today's class, we'll learn about...
Whoa! What was that, huh?
It must have been an earthquake.
Yeah, it was an earthquake! Hooray!
Sorry there, Professor. Ooh, I have to find an outlet so I can plug in this fan. Ooh, it feels terribly hot.
It sure does. Well, keep looking. You'll find one. Now then, where was I? Oh, right. Today,
No, it's impossible. In this whole laboratory, there isn't one free outlet. Look at this.
Just pull out one of these wires and then you'll have a free outlet.
I can't. I fear I could pull out a plug for something important. Volt himself would get all tangled up in these wires. Whew.
Don't worry about it, Professor Eugenius. We'll find a free outlet for you.
that's right, my colleague. A cup of tea will do you good, so just go relax.
Thank you, my colleague. And as always, I'm eternally grateful.
Fixies have opened schools for their children in all sorts of different places, like factories, stores, and warehouses. Anywhere where there's lots of machines and appliances and places to hide from humans. And this is where we hold our school, right here inside the laboratory of Professor Eugenius. It's a fantastic place for me to hold class. Every day, new devices, materials, toys, and even food are brought here for examination. And there are lots of scientific devices and tools to study here as well. But most importantly, we never need to hide from the head of the laboratory. Because my colleague, Professor Eugenius, is someone I'm proud to call a friend. He loves Fixies, helps us anytime we need, and will never let our secret out.
What should we do first?
We have to start out with pulling apart these wires.
That'll take a second.
Over here! No, here! Nolik, come help!
Let's do this! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, just one more time!
Stop it! I can't get out! Loosen the wires!
We need to pull out this one!
Stop this nonsense, will ya?
Thank you, Digit.
Tidish. Well, the way I see it, in order to get the knot out that's over here, we need to expand the loop that's over there. And then push that wire through it. And then do it again from the other end. That's it. Very good, girls.
Hey!
Now pull it hard. Perfect.
Hey, check it out! This green wire up here isn't plugged into anything.
Then no one's using it. So that means we should go and pull it out from the outlet.
Got it.
Tidish! Vera, here's another wire that isn't plugged in.
I found another wire no one's using. Simka and I found it together.
Nolik, why are you so upset?
Because you guys are doing all the work.
How about this wire? Nobody's checked it yet.
Really? Oh, wow!
What? Did you find some treasure, Nolik?
Uh-huh. There are 6 free outlets under here.
Great! Now Professor Eugenius can plug in his fan, and his kettle, and even his soldering iron.
To get electricity to a device that doesn't use batteries, you need to plug a pair of wires into an outlet. But it's important not to let the wires touch one another, or the electricity can burn them out. That's why wires are covered in plastic or rubber, so the electricity won't pass from one wire to the other, or to us when we touch them. So always be very careful with wires. And never, ever touch a bare wire. You could get killed by the electric shock.
Oh, what would I do without my wonderful friends? Thank you. Sorry. I wanted to. I should go.
Go ahead. That's a great idea. And we'll start our class. What were we talking about?
All about wires.
Well, it looks like our class is over.
Time to go play.
The talking doll.
Well then, now you know what you need to do to fix it.
Professor! Professor!
Our lesson is over.
I'm sorry to be a bother.
No problem, Professor Eugenius. Our lesson's over.
I've got an urgent matter. You see?
You've got yourself a talking doll.
Yes, only she speaks Japanese. The problem is I've been asked to get her to talk in English.
We can teach her.
It's a new technology. I'm puzzled.
Don't you worry. We'll figure it out, Professor.
Thank you, my colleague. You're always there when I need it. What would I do without you?
Professor, can you tell us how toys talk?
Not now, children. We'll learn about the doll tomorrow. Now it's time to go home.
I already know everything about that doll.
You do?
Changing her voice is so easy that anyone can do it.
How?
Here, come, I'll show you. Early talking dolls used to work with a noisemaker inside. When the doll was turned over, air inside the noisemaker got pushed through a squeaker at the end of it, making a noise that sounded like the word mama. Mama. Funny. Today, the noises are recorded onto an electronic chip that's part of a little player inside of the doll. Just press a button, and the sounds start playing. So now dolls can say much more than just mommy or daddy. They can say anything at all. Well, here's the chip. This is where the recording of the doll's voice is.
That's awesome. Can you re-record the voice on there?
Well, yeah. Okay, I gotta go.
See ya. Wait, Nolik, I thought of a really funny joke to pull. What if we slapped him and then we told and do something?
Well, now, as I promised yesterday, I'm going to tell you all about talking dolls. Some start talking when you rock them, while others react to noise. And for this little lady, you need to press a button to get her to talk. Who wants to?
Tula. Me? Well, okay. I can do it.
Go ahead. And you'll hear her say, "Hi there, Mama." But in Japanese for now.
Tula! Tula? Is that Japanese for hi there?
Tula! Why are you hiding a picture of Digit in the packer mat?
How could she ever know that?
Maybe you're in love?
That doll is alive!
They call that joking.
I just thought of a better joke that we can play.
Yeah.
What?
Tula, don't cry. She's not alive. She is alive. I'll tell you who did this horrible thing. It was Fire and Nolik. It's true, but now the joke will be on them. How? It's easy. All we gotta do is go. The smartest Fixie in our class is Digit. Sometimes I think that he knows everything about everything. Professor Grandpus has a lot of respect for him. Digit's always in thought whenever you see him, and he doesn't like when anyone distracts him. He just has no time for fooling around with the other boys. Digit prefers to solve problems using his brains and not his muscles. That's why he can have a tough time in gym class. But he's so sweet that it makes you want to help him. To tell you the truth, Digit isn't always great fixing things with his own hands. But no one understands technology better than he does. If something breaks, Digit can always figure out exactly what's wrong with it and the very best way to fix it.
We're gonna make it even funnier this time.
You came back?
What?
You troublemakers. Now I'll show you what happens to bad boys who hurt girls' feelings. Oh, you got scared. Who's crying now, huh?
They probably thought that the doll came to life.
You know what, Digit? I just started thinking that it might be better if she were alive.
You know, Tula, you sure are hard to please.
The tools.
Hang on. There are these really cool things that I want to show you. Whoa!
Whoa, look how many things you got all at once. Your dad's gonna be so angry when he sees what you did with all of his tools.
I'm gonna put them all right back where they were.
And where were they?
Open the box and you'll see. It's neat. There's a special place in there for each one of the tools. Try hammering in a nail or drilling a hole with your bare hands. There's no way. But with the help of the proper tools, it's a piece of cake. But of course, that's only if you know how to use them. Tools need proper care. If the head of a hammer is loose or a drill is dull, then you shouldn't work with them. It's dangerous. And when you're done working, put the tools back in their places, or you'll be tearing your house apart trying to find them the next time you need them.
Huh. The pincers go here, and the wrench goes over there.
This drill bit's too long for this spot.
Let's see if it fits in this one.
Huh. Any idea what this tool is for?
For splitting wood or carving stone. That chisels what you want to own.
Wow, Simka, you're a real poet.
Now try to answer this little poem. When you have a thing to measure, this round tool is quite a treasure.
This tool, right?
I know what it's called. It's a measuring tape.
Let me measure you, Nolik. Wow, you've grown. You've almost reached 1 centimeter.
Class! I also have a rhyming riddle for you. What bangs a nail into the wall to make sure pictures never fall?
A hammer!
I was first.
And the hammer goes right here.
And now I have one for you to guess. If you need to screw in screws, here's the tool that you should use.
A screwdriver! I was first, again.
You got it right.
All right, Tom Thomas, we better hurry. We still have a lot of tools here to get sorted out.
Humans, just like Fixies, use hundreds of different tools to do their work. Picking the right one depends on the task at hand. For instance, if you need to hammer in a nail, use a hammer. But you don't use a hammer for a screw. For that, there's a special tool called a screwdriver. A wrench is the tool for tightening nuts and bolts. A vise is used to hold a part in place, and a drill to drill a hole. If you need to cut a piece of wood, you should choose a saw. You could use a handsaw, for example, or a hacksaw. Different kinds of pliers can be used for snipping, gripping, or bending. If you need to smooth something down, you use a file. If you learn how to work with tools properly, you can build just about anything.
Looks like we did it, just in time.
Oh, and how about this?
Do you know what kind of tool that is?
I don't know.
There's no place for it in here.
Just throw it out.
Come on. And what if my parents use it?
Looks like we did something wrong here.
My dad came home.
Tom Thomas!
I'm in here.
Hi there. Reading. Way to go, son. Huh? Oh! I don't get it. Where is it?
What?
I put a piece of metal under the table leg so it wouldn't shake, but it disappeared.
So that's where the tools place is.
Did you take it?
What? I didn't. It must be somewhere under the table.
And you look under the sofa.
All right.
What do you think he wants? He wants us to get that metal thing out of his dad's box.
Come on, let's go.
You got it.
Any luck?
Uh-uh.
Me neither.
I found it, Dad. It was under the table, just like I told you.
Huh. You were right. It's strange. How could I have missed it?
Maybe you're just, tired from working too much.
Maybe.
Tadish.
What?
It's a new word, Tadish.
Tadish. I do like the sound of it.
Tubes. Today's lesson will be on pipes and tubing. Right here inside of this laboratory, you can see them all over. Look, over there, and there. Some more over there, and there's another one. So, who can tell me some different uses for tubes? Digit.
They're used in plumbing to carry the water.
Nolik, in school we don't give an answer without being called on. Digit.
You can...
And for carrying waste.
I am talking to Digit now.
Gas goes through pipes too.
Stop interrupting us.
And don't forget about smoke in a smokestack.
Nolik, that's just rude behavior. Out right now. All right.
And a shower hose. That's also a tube, right?
I told you to get out.
Yikes! And a vacuum cleaner's got one too. And those spyglasses that pirates use when they're sailing.
Hey, what do you say we all go and sneak out of here?
Great idea. Let him call out to himself.
Shh.
And a trumpet's a tube that you blow through.
Nolik is my younger brother. There's a lot he still doesn't know, but that doesn't stop him from getting involved in things he probably shouldn't. Unfortunately, that can get him into trouble. So, every once in a while, me or my parents have to rescue him. No, I wouldn't call Nolik a pest. He's just a bit curious. That's why he broke the #1 Fixie rule, hide from humans. Nolik's the one who first became friends with Tom Thomas. Well, I was there too, but Nolik started it. Actually, first it was Grampus. Many years ago, he befriended Professor Eugenius. And after that, the professor let us have our school in his laboratory. So it turns out that Nolik is just like his grandfather.
Digit, go on then.
Tubes are,
Wow! Just look at all the tubes in here. There's rubber ones and glass ones that are curvy. Oh yeah! Pens! Parts of them are tubes too.
He stopped talking.
He ran out of ideas.
And those tube slides at the water park. The barrel of a rifle and the shell of a bullet. Those are tubes. Oh, there's a tube with a serious crack. And it's also dripping and hissing.
It's dripping? Where?
How can I show you when you kicked me out of class?
What's going on?
Take a look. That tube up there is leaking.
That's acid dripping out.
Is that dangerous?
It's awful.
Any second now, it'll explode.
Where did Professor Eugenius go?
He went to eat a sandwich. So what do we do? It's a disaster.
Don't panic. Fire, Verda. Go to that hose and shut off that valve. Simka, go get a pack-a-mat. We'll fix this pipe ourselves. It's very important to be sure that a pipe won't leak. But making pipes that won't leak isn't so easy. Pipes can be made by rolling up a sheet of metal and sealing it up. Unfortunately, the seam can break, and that's why people have figured out how to make pipes without seams. They do it by stretching out hot metal on special machines. And PVC pipes are squeezed out of hot plastic like pasta. When the plastic is cooled down, it hardens into a pipe. We fixed it just in time. Nolik, way to go there. Hey, Simka, where is he?
Don't know. Heh, he finally left.
Here I am.
Nolik, I want to thank you for being alert, and I'd like you to join our class.
Tadish!
Only don't forget, in my class, students cannot answer unless they're called on. Now then, pipes and tubing. Digit, please continue. Well?
But Nolik said all of them already.
Nolik.
Not all. A straw for drinking a shake is a tube, and some noodles are tubes made out of dough. And what's it called? That thing. A hole in a mountain.
Wait a second, I'll get it. A volcano.
That's not it. They go this way. I mean the kind that go like that.
Heh, they're tunnels.
You got it. Well done there. Yeah.
Knots.
Nolik, there are pirates off the starboard side.
Battery! Fire!
Hey, I'm not a pirate. Why'd you hit me? That's it. I'm tired of playing the wind. Where are my pirates?
This looks great. Can I board your ship?
And what are your skills?
Tons, like protecting the ship and yelling hooray when we win.
And how about good sea knots? Can you tie them?
Of course I can tie them.
Then tie up our treasure. And make sure it's good and tight.
Pirates, prepare to attack!
I got it. Whoa!
That's done. Good enough.
Hooray!
It's good and tight.
Now can you survive a storm?
Without a doubt.
Into the sea.
That was my mom's necklace we sunk.
I'll pick it all up, don't worry.
No, thank you. We'll manage ourselves. He calls himself a sailor. Go and learn to tie some knots. Try tying 2 ropes into a knot. You think it's easy? A badly tied knot will untie itself before you know it. Here's one way to tie it right. First, cross over the 2 ends like this. Now, to finish the knot, you've got to cross them over again. But not this way. It's got to be in the opposite direction. When it's done, it looks like one loop inside another. This kind of knot is called a square knot. And it won't untie as long as you tie it right. And that's just one of the many kinds of knots a sailor has to learn.
Oh! Okay. I knew I could tie it. Now, what else is there to practice on around here?
I found some more of our treasure.
Here's another one.
That's 19, but we're supposed to have 20. I know it because I counted our treasure.
So what happened to the last one?
Well done there. So what else could I tie? Perfect.
I even remember what it looks like. It's a different color. It's a bright red one.
Oh, Mom's gonna notice right away that the red one's gone. I gotta go find it.
Yeah, I think it's on the floor.
Who tied my laces together?
I was just practicing, sorry.
And what else did you tie up to practice your knots?
Not sure you want to know.
You're funny. Let's go untie them.
Chisaka, don't look at me that way. I'm scared.
She's just staring at her own whiskers, Nolik.
And what have you done to her whiskers?
Well, I tied them with the square knot.
Fire, you're just a blockhead. And why don't you tell us what else you've done?
Well, okay. I tied a decoration on her tail.
That's where it is. We were looking everywhere for that thing.
Fire, go and fix everything you've done.
Chisaka, don't run away.
Don't be scared. We just want to untie the knots.
Sailors have developed all sorts of different knots. Without them, they couldn't control their sails. But we couldn't get by without knots on land either. Mountain climbers use tightly knotted ropes to help them climb and keep them safe. Fishermen tie hooks to their fishing line using special knots. You can't even pitch a camping tent properly without making a knot. When people sew, they tie knots in the thread to hold it in place. And doctors use knots when they stitch and bandage a wound. And a tie wouldn't be a tie if you didn't tie a knot in it. Sneakers won't fall off your feet. And the laces won't drag on the ground if they're tied with a proper knot. But sometimes things can get knotted up by accident. And that's one time when you don't need to know how to tie knots, but how to untie them.
All aboard!
Like that. Now the only thing left to do is tie a knot.
Should I tie it?
Are you sure it won't untie?
You're joking. Why don't you go ask Chisaka if I can tie a knot like a sailor?
The drum.
Now, let's turn it on. It's buzzing. You hear it?
I would love to. But the only thing I can hear is Nolik's banging.
Nolik, what are you doing?
I'm rehearsing my solo.
Nolik's the drummer in our rock band. Didn't you know that?
Why don't you go and rehearse somewhere else if you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, all right.
I just can't work like this.
Nolik, stop it, please. Oh, my head is just splitting.
Professor Eugenius, will you come to the laboratory? There's something very strange in there.
What?
I'm hearing some kind of awful sounds.
You are?
I think it's a ghost. Back from the dead.
Don't you worry about ghosts, Lisa. I'll check what it is. So it's you making the racket.
What? I'm just rehearsing.
Well, what is it?
Don't worry, it's just a piece of equipment rattling. You know what you should do? You should go and practice back at home, my young friend.
It's not very hard to make a drum. One way to make it is to take an empty barrel and replace its bottom with a skin made of leather or plastic. If the skin is stretched tightly, the sound can get very bright and loud. Really big drums are usually played with percussion mallets or beaters, while smaller drums can be played with sticks or with bare hands. Instruments that make sounds by being shaken, scraped, or beaten are all called percussion instruments. There are lots of different percussion instruments, like the small hand drums that are called bongos, big shakers with handles called maracas, cymbals made out of metal. Now those really make a lot of noise. And there's tambourines, ratchets, and even spoons. That's right! People can make music using spoons as a percussion instrument.
Tom Thomas, do you think I could practice my drumming here?
Yeah, go ahead. I've just got some homework to do. I can do that, and better than you can, too.
And what if I play like this, huh?
Then I'll go like that, or like that.
Ever since I had decided that a drummer's what I want to be, there is nothing that I won't bang on, 'cause the world's a drum to me. So I bang on radiators with the spoon, the pot goes boom, bam, bum. Maybe someone will take pity and they'll buy me my own drum. Bang it, bang it, bang it, boom, bang it, boom, bang it, boom, bang it, bang it, bang it, bam, bang it, bam, bang it, bam, bang it, bang it, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bang it, bang it, bum, bum. Bang the drum.
bang the drum.
Both my father and my mother wish I play a violin instead. I don't want to. I'm a drummer, but I can't drum that in their heads. So I bang on radiators. With a spoon, the puck goes boom, bam, bum. Maybe someday they will get it, and they'll buy me my own drum.
Bang it, boom, bang it, boom, bang it, boom, bang it, bam, bang it, bam, bang it, bam, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bum. Bang the drum, bang it, boom, bang it, boom, bang it, boom, bang it, bam, bang it, bam, bang it, bam, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bang it, bum, bum. Bang the drum.
Tom Thomas, let's take a break.
But I'm not done. Keep going, Nolik. This is fun.
Maybe it's fun for you.
Bang the drum.
Stop, that's enough.
Bang the drum.
And now, let's turn it off. Can you hear that? It stopped buzzing.
It did.
Hey, everybody, it's Nolik. Yo, what's up?
So, our noisy ghost is back.
I thought you were practicing at home now.
Tom Thomas is drumming there. I had to run away.
Well, our excursion is over. And now I would just be so happy to listen to your rock group.
Hooray! Bang the drum! Bang the drum!
Come on, not so loud.
Bang the drum! Did you say something? Bang the drum!
I beg you, not that loud, please.
The doorbell.
Nolik! Nolik, what are you doing here?
Just whistling a tune.
Are you gonna whistle that tune the whole time Tom Thomas is away? He just left with his parents for a week, and we've got guests coming, remember?
What guests?
I invited everybody.
The class?
Yes, class.
Are they sleeping in there, what, huh?
First they invite us, and now they don't want to let us in?
I'll share the present with you then.
Fire. Maybe you'll get it to work now. When they get here, they'll ring the bell.
How come? Why don't they just do what they always do and climb through the keyhole?
No way. It's not that simple, Nolik. Today they're our guests.
Ah.
The guests ring the bell, and the hosts let them in the house.
It doesn't ring.
You think the doorbell's broken?
I say we go fix it.
Before we fix anything, we need to know what went wrong with it.
First we'll fix it, and then we'll know what it was.
Back in the olden days, people would hang a bell over their doors with a string, and guests would tug on it to make it ring. Today, doorbells are electric, and they make all sorts of different sounds. Some buzz, some ring, and some even chirp like birds. The sound comes from a box inside the house called a chime. To make the chime ring, you push a button that's located outside. The button works just like a light switch, but instead of turning on light, it turns on sound.
Verda, will you join me? Whoop!
I gotta think about this. Yeah.
Simka! You think your guests are gonna come at all?
Simka! Tula? Hey! The doorbell doesn't work. It must be broken. That's odd. We heard it ring this morning. Nolik, let's go. First, we'll examine the contacts. Yep, good and tight. Okay, let's check the speaker. The speaker's fine.
Maybe the electronics are the problem.
And what if we disconnect these wires and switch them?
What'll that do?
We'll know soon enough. You know what? Why don't we connect the wires straight together?
Isn't that dangerous?
We'll find out. Don't worry, nothing happened yet.
Fire.
He's the engine of our class. He's the fastest, the nimblest, and the bravest. Fire never sits still for a second, and he's always looking for adventure. New ideas just burn in his head, and that's why his name is Fire. But not all of his ideas are very good, so he's constantly getting bumps and bruises. He just can't help getting carried away. If he's burning with an idea, he can even forget about his classes at school. Grampus punishes him for that. But it doesn't seem to bother Fire, because some new plan will pop into his head the very next second. To be honest, Fire's my favorite out of all the boys in our class. It's sure never boring when he's around.
Hey, you down there. I figured out why it's not working.
So what's the reason?
There's no electricity in the whole house, so that's why the bell isn't working.
And what? We can't visit like real guests do until the electricity comes back? And when will it work again?
Don't know. It could possibly take hours, guys.
Oh, it's working again. Ah!
Enough ringing! Hey, Fire, quit fooling around!
He's not fooling around.
It's not me, see?
Then who's ringing it?
I don't know. Well, I know. The doorbell's ringing because Fire connected the wires together.
True, but I'll fix that right now.
Ha! Your guests sure are noisy.
Yeah, thank goodness the humans aren't home right now. Hello?
Hello there, dear guests. Let yourself into our home through the keyhole.
So, should we go in?
Go where?
Go inside.
Nah, that's not how guests act.
So what do we do?
Real guests always ring the bell. Okay, hold me tight.
The clocks.
Go around. Left side.
That's crazy. You'll crash.
No, I won't. See, I told ya.
What?
Huh? Nothing.
Now you talk with your computer like it's your friend. Listen, that's enough playing for today.
Oh, Mom, just a little more.
I'll give you half an hour while I cook dinner, and that'll be enough for today with the computer.
This stinks. I'll never get through all of these levels in half an hour.
No way.
Hey, but what if we could stretch out the half hour?
How?
We could take the hands on the clock and move them back a little.
Mom will catch us.
Fine, then let's slow down the speed of the clocks.
Yeah,
But how?
You gotta know things like that. Since olden times, many clocks run with the help of a pendulum. The pendulum controls how fast the hands of the clock turn. If you make it longer, the pendulum will start to swing slower, and the clock's hands will slow down. If you make the pendulum shorter, the clock will tick faster. Most clocks that are made today don't use pendulums. They run with the help of springs or with an electronic chip instead. But even so, there are ways to change the speed of these clocks, too. Push it!
Wow, you did it! It's amazing how much slower it is.
That'll give you lots of time to play.
But now you gotta slow down the clocks in the kitchen.
Yeah, and every other clock you got. I just have to turn this to make the pendulum longer.
Uh-huh. And now the clock will go slower. Tadee! Fire! Now that clock over there.
Let's go do it.
That's it! We slowed down every clock, and your mom didn't see a thing.
That's great. Yeah.
Wow, Tom Thomas, you're cool! Amazing!
He got another one! Awesome! You're unbelievable! Way to go!
Huh. That's strange.
Hooray!
Incredible!
Yay, Yay! I did every level! Oh, thanks! You're both just...
the time masters of the universe!
Yeah, but I'm getting really hungry, and Mom hasn't called me for dinner.
'Cause a half hour hasn't passed on the clock.
Hey, do you smell that?
Something is burning! What happened? A fire?
I don't get it. I was just waiting for 30 minutes like I always do, but everything burned this time. Maybe the clock stopped?
No, take a look. They're working.
I'll make you some oatmeal.
Oatmeal for dinner? Mom, I need to, I'll be right back. You see what you've done? Time masters of the universe? You gotta go speed those clocks back up.
Okay. We'll speed them up. They'll be caught up in no time.
Humans have come up with lots of different ways to measure time. For example, if you stand a stick in the ground, you can measure the time of day by watching where its shadow falls. That's a very simple clock called a sundial. Another simple and ancient clock is a water clock. It keeps track of time by measuring how much water has poured out of it. And if the clock uses sand instead of water, it's called an hourglass. But humans weren't able to accurately keep track of the time until they invented mechanical clocks. They come in all sorts of sizes, from grandfather clocks to watches worn around the wrist. Today, we also have easy-to-read and accurate electronic watches and clocks. But the most accurate clock of them all is the atomic clock. It tells the entire world the exact time.
Thomas, why is your alarm clock ringing in the middle of the night, huh?
Really? Is it still night out?
Look, Thomas.
But the clock says that it's morning.
Interesting.
Yesterday, Fire and I sped up all the clocks, so that's the reason the alarm went off.
Sped them up? Are you crazy?
Thomas asked us.
So what do we have to do now?
Don't you know? Get to school, it's time. I'm joking. Go back to sleep. Don't worry, I'll get all the clocks working right again.
Can I go and fix them with you?
Ha! Fix them? You boys are the ones that always make the problems.
The fire extinguisher.
So, who can tell me, in the home, what is the greatest danger of them all?
Chewbacca.
Well, dogs are dangerous for us, but what is very scary for us and for humans?
Fire!
Huh? Where?
I was just answering what you asked us.
Although your joke was awful, Fire, your answer was actually correct. Nothing can be worse than getting caught inside a house on fire.
Don't know much about chemistry, but I can handle circuitry. That's an interesting idea. I have to try it out.
And that's why every Pac-a-mat has a fire extinguisher inside of it.
And how do you turn them on?
Well, I'll show you at the end of the lesson.
Nolik, listen, yell fire.
How come?
I just want to find out how the professor turns on a fire extinguisher.
Forget it, Fire. I won't do it for you.
Fire!
You again!
I was joking.
It's a stupid kind of joke, and I want you to leave right now. Actually, I should call your parents to discuss this terrible behavior. Fire is no joke at all. Remember, never fool with fire. Of course, you should never play with matches or with lighters. Everybody knows that. But those aren't the only things that can cause a fire inside of a house. So can a stove or a fireplace. And don't forget electrical appliances, like electric burners, space heaters, and irons. If you act carelessly around any of these appliances, they can cause a fire. And we should never forget to take extra special care with sparklers, candles, and fireworks. Sparks can jump off of them and set fire to highly flammable things like paper, wood, or cloth. So, what do you do if a fire suddenly breaks out? That's right. You call the fire department by dialing the number for all emergencies, 911.
Huh? What's going on? No way. No way! Fire? It's burning for real! Fire! What do I do? Oh, yeah! I need a fire extinguisher! Where are you?
And that's how a pack-a-mat can become a fire extinguisher. Do you understand?
We understand. There's a fire. It's over there.
Enough. You don't know when to stop fire.
I'm not joking this time. Please believe me, it's there.
Nice try, Fire. Oh, look, he even used smoke this time.
No, Simka. That smoke's from a fire.
Uh-huh. I'm sure that this time it's for real.
It's the truth. I swear I'm not lying.
This time I think it's true. He's not joking.
We've got ourselves a real fire here. Tula, Simka, turn off the soldering iron.
Uh-huh. Got it.
Be careful, kids. You have to stay back here away from the fire.
And what can I do to help?
Take out your fire extinguisher. Long ago, people used to put out fires with just water or sand. Today, people also use fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers are cylinders with hoses. They're usually painted red, so they're easy to see. The cylinder is filled up with a special powder, or foam. If someone needs to put out a fire, they point the hose at the fire, pull out the safety pin, and squeeze the handle. The foam or powder shoots out of the extinguisher and puts out the fire.
Our fire extinguishers are just too small for this fire. We have to find Professor Eugenius to put it out.
I already did.
All right, where's the fire? Ah. Ooh.
Hooray! We put out the fire!
You Fixies are just the greatest. Thank you. You saved the whole laboratory.
Not at all, colleague.
If not for you Fixies, I can't even fathom how this could have ended.
And what I'm wondering is how the fire got started at all. Fire?
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, sure. Then who was yelling, fire, fire? You know what? Maybe it was you that set the fire. Well, if that's what happened, don't even think about coming back to school without your parents.
Colleague, wait. It's all my fault. I didn't turn off the soldering iron. Forgive me.
Now we know whose parents the school should be calling.
The suction cup.
Where's Professor Eugenius? Did you see him?
Not yet.
Strange. He told me he'd be here today to conduct some tests.
Rampoos, right here under the glass. There's a note.
Dear friends.
That means the note's for us. That's because Professor Eugenius can always count on us.
I'm off for a conference today.
So what should we do?
While I'm away, please keep an eye on each of my tests. There's the wristwatch.
And where is it?
It's right there.
Look! How come the watch is in the water? So the fish can know what time it is?
Nolik, don't be silly. This is the test he made for the watch. You see? It says water resistant right there on the back. That means that water shouldn't get inside of it.
I see.
So the professor needs to check if it will work underwater. Understand?
Yep, I got it.
The watch is working.
So now, the doorbell test.
We'll go look.
It's over there.
What's that thing doing?
It tests the button to see how fast it wears out. To check the quality of appliances, toys, sporting goods, or just about anything, they need to undergo serious testing. Take, for instance, telephones. They need to be tested with both heat and cold because they have to work in places as hot as Africa and as cold as the Arctic. Computers are tested to make sure they can be shaken and rocked, too. That way you can be sure they'll work on a desk at home, or outside in the park, or while you're taking a ride. Different kinds of products need different kinds of durability tests. For example, athletic shoes and car tires are rubbed and squeezed over and over to see how long they are going to last. Yes, testing's very important. Without testing, a machine or appliance could let you down at the very worst moment.
come to visit once a week, and once every month a hooligan comes, pushes the doorbell, and runs, then I figure this doorbell will last right around 400 years.
That's long.
The doorbell is still working.
That's very good. And also,
What?
I don't know. We need to turn the note over to read the end.
But how? Oh, raise the glass, that's all. Hup, hup, hup. I can't get a hold of it.
We should find a suction cup.
A suction cup?
Suction cups are made out of rubber or other elastic materials. When a suction cup is pressed against a smooth surface, the air inside is squeezed out. The air outside wants to get back in, and so it pushes down on the cup. The rubber edge of the cup won't let the air leak in, so the outside air keeps pressing down, and the cup keeps on sticking. And that's how a suction cup sticks to a surface by using the power of air.
Wait a minute. I know where there's a really big suction cup that we could use.
That's a huge suction cup, Nolik.
Stiddies, stiddies, stiddies.
Well done, Nolik. Only we need to hurry before air gets under this suction cup and it unsticks.
My suction cup will never unstick.
Well, let's see what it says here.
Simka, you'd better hurry.
And make sure nothing gets broken here in the laboratory while I'm away.
Huh, and what could get broken around here?
Ah, the glass, look out! Yeah, so much for that.
And who's going to clean up all this broken glass?
You don't know? Nolik. He told us to use that suction cup.
No, Simka. She was reading way too slow.
Listen, there's no need to fight. I came up with the idea of the suction cup. I should clean this.
Come on now, Grampus.
We'll clean up this mess.
Professor, I still think the suction cup was a great idea.
The bee.
Tom Thomas.
Hello.
How come you're eating jam straight from out of the jar?
Because it tastes so good.
Oh, a bee.
Shoo, get out of here.
Leave it alone. It's just a plain old bee.
Well, I was bitten by one of those plain old bees once.
Tom Thomas, don't do it.
Go away, you pest.
Flies are pests. Bees are very helpful and useful.
How can a bee ever help us out?
Bees are hard workers. They are constantly collecting nectar from flowers. Flying from flower to flower, bees transport pollen on their bellies. Thanks to this process of pollination, flowers produce fruit and seeds. In other words, bees help plants reproduce. The bees use the nectar they collect to make that delicious sweet honey loved by kids of all ages. And bee honey is not only delicious, it's also nutritious.
So I'm still afraid of it. What if it bites me?
Bees don't bite, by the way. They sting ya.
Well, now I'm gonna show ya.
Don't! The bee's the one who should be afraid, you tyrant.
Yeah, you let it go, tyrant.
Why are you calling me names? Who's stopping her? She can fly away if she wants.
We need to show her the way out.
Well, how? Here, little bee. Fly this way.
Why don't you try going?
Then what can I say? Chusaka, don't move. It'll sting you.
It doesn't want to sting. Both of you like to eat sweets. You like eating jam, and so does the bee. Why don't you carry Chusaka to the window?
Go on, fly.
No, that's not gonna work. You need to go and get more jam.
Here, little bee. Yum, yum. Go on and fly. You're free.
Let her eat first. Don't be greedy.
I'm not being greedy.
If she eats, she can make honey out of your jam.
Long ago, people could only collect honey by destroying the nests of wild bees. And that went on until someone came up with the idea of taming those insects. They started by leaving enough honey for the bees to survive through the winter. People took care of bees in these hollows until they learned to build small houses for them called beehives. And a town made of these bee houses is called an apiary. Bees live and work together in the beehives making honey, while beekeepers take care of the bees and collect the honey. Bees are real team players. They tell each other where the best flowers grow. Do you know how they do it? One of the bees does a dance, and then the rest of the bees watch the dance and learn where they need to fly.
You poor thing. Tom Thomas tired you out. I told you there's nothing to be afraid of. You see? She's just so nice and kind.
I'm not afraid of her. She wouldn't let me eat my jam, that's all.
Well, now it's time for you to fly away. Whoa! She's playing rough here. I want to try. Nolik. You're too little. You'll have to grow to do this job. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down now. Now let's fly. Hey, Simka, the window's back there. I can see that without you. So how can I get you to turn around? Cool! Hooray! She's listening to me! Phew! Woohoo!
Don't miss the window!
Now! So long, honeybee! Tidish! Tom Thomas, do you have any more of that jam left?
Yeah. What for?
Bring it here. We'll get more bees to fly in.
How come?
What do you mean, how come? Because it's my turn for a bee ride.
The video call.
Turn on the camera right away. It's me, Simka.
Just as I expected. Nolik, why aren't you in school? School? It started? No, but you'll be late if you don't hurry. I'm on my way.
Simka, is that really your Fixie school?
Well, actually, it's the laboratory where Professor Eugenius works at. He lets us have our school here.
Who's that, Simka? Look. Is that the professor?
Where? Oh, come on, Tom Thomas. That's the manipulator.
Who?
Not who. What? It's a mechanical arm.
For real? Oh, please show me some of the other things you've got.
But how can I show you?
Come on, with the camera.
Computers and tablets are able to connect with one another through the internet. That's why you can talk to another person on your computer like you're talking on the phone. And if the computer has a video camera, then it's possible to send not only sound through the internet, but video as well. That's why it's called a video call. With video calls, it's possible to talk to your friends, to see them, and to show them all the things you can see yourself. All right, take a look. Over here we have chemistry equipment. And over here... Hey, Tom Thomas. It's good to see you.
Wow, you flew there so fast.
Nolik, get out of the way. You're blocking the view of the lab. I am not blocking the view. Stop it. Go away. You go away.
Tom Thomas, what are you watching?
Is it
Time to turn into screws?
Too late. He already spotted us.
It's just a cartoon about these funny little guys.
Can I watch with you?
Nah, it's boring, Dad, and I've already seen it. Next, that blue guy, he starts jumping. Watch.
Now what? I say run. Start jumping. Make it cartoony.
Now that red-headed character will sing. Watch.
La 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 la.
Then she starts dancing.
La 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 la.
These guys really are funny.
And here are the super fast moves.
That was funny. I gotta get going.
That's all. You can rest. My dad went out.
I'll get you, Tom Thomas.
What are you doing over there, huh?
Watching a movie.
But why on my computer?
Sorry, Professor.
Yeah, will you forgive us?
So how is it any good?
Uh-huh. It's a super funny one.
Really?
Yeah. You see that boy there? He's gonna start waving his arms around like a maniac.
He also crows like a chicken.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
And now the boy's gonna go in and chew paper.
I can't do this all at once.
A movie. That's what we're watching here, right?
People have always been interested in seeing what's going on outside of where they are. And with the invention of video transmission, it's now possible to see what's going on almost anywhere. Now, without leaving your home, you can see what's happening on another street or even in some far corner of the world. With the help of video calls, doctors can help their colleagues perform complicated surgeries. Teachers can give lessons by video, and scientists can take part in video conferences. With video, you can watch a live theater performance in another country. And even in outer space, an astronaut can feel right at home just chatting away with friends and family. And it's not just for astronauts either. Now almost every tablet and phone here on Earth has video in it.
Introducing Tom Thomas.
Nice to meet you there, son. And I'm Professor Eugenius, so I guess you're also a friend of the Fixies.
Yeah, only it's a secret.
My friend, that's a secret the two of us share. And you know, keeping secrets is what friends do.
The key card.
Whoopa! Well, Professor Eugenius, your kennel's back in action.
TV!
Ah, why, thank you. I've been longing for a cup of tea. Yes.
There's no tea left in here.
Then I'll go ask Lisa if she has some.
Look! Professor Eugenius! You forgot the key! The key! Don't close the door!
Simka, you must be joking. That's a key. This is nothing but a plastic card.
But it is a key. A special kind. It's called a key card. To open up a combination lock, you need to enter a code in the correct order. That means if you can't remember the code, you can't open the lock. But if the lock uses a key card, there isn't any code to memorize because the code is held inside the card's memory, and the lock can read the code from the card. Of course, key cards don't work with any lock. They have to be smart locks that are able to read electronic codes. When the smart lock reads the correct code, it opens right up.
Lisa, do we have any tea here?
Of course, Professor Eugenius.
Wonderful. I'll take one bag then. Oh, I left my key inside the lab. Can I borrow yours?
Just don't forget to give it back.
Of course I'll give it back. Come on, Elisa. I got myself a tea bag.
Professor Eugenius, the water's boiling.
Fantastic. Ta-ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ch-ch-chai. Wait a second. Oh no. I was supposed to give something back to Elisa.
Why don't you go and ask her?
Right. I'll be right back.
Professor Eugenius! That's card number 2 now.
Elisa, I promised you something, didn't I?
Yes, the key. You said you'd return it.
Yeah, sure. Let me get it. Just a sec. Oh, I locked it in the lab.
It's terrible. How will you ever get back into the laboratory now?
You see, there is one way, but it's a secret. Would you mind leaving for a couple of minutes? Colleague, Professor, can you do me a little favor? The key. I think I left it on the table.
Yeah, right. It's true. So how do we solve this?
I need to think about it. What's there to think about? We just have to go and push it under the door.
You think you can do it?
Yeah! It's time to get to work.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, were you just calling for me?
Yeah, no, Lisa, not for you.
It's so heavy.
Do you know where Digit ran off to? Ow!
Digit's off somewhere thinking. He's always doing that when it's time to work.
Hard to port. Hard to starboard.
Way to go, Nolik.
Then who were you talking to?
Actually...
Oh, what's that?
Where? What?
What was that?
Come on, let's try again.
Look, do you see that?
It's telekinesis. It's the power to transport things with your mind.
You are just astounding. Was that done with your mind, too?
The door? Yeah, sure.
You are a genius.
Professor Eugenius is a very talented scientist and a dear old friend of the Fixies. He always helps the Fixies, and the Fixies are happy to help him, too. Professor Eugenius let the Fixies set up their school right here at his laboratory. It's hard to imagine a better place for a Fixie school. People from all over the city bring all sorts of things to the laboratory to be tested, from computers, phones, and furniture to food and toys. Professor Eugenius uses his expertise to check the quality of all these different things. To help him carry out his experiment, his laboratory is filled with a variety of tools and machines. Yes, Professor Eugenius is a very smart man, but he can be absent-minded. Lucky for him, he's got us Fixies around.
Thanks for everything.
Sliding the keycard under the door? That was Simka's awesome idea.
But the door opened wide while the card was still on the floor.
That's strange.
There's nothing strange about it. I'm the one who opened it.
How?
I climbed in the lock, that's all. Figured out how it worked, and Tadish.
Very clever. That's a real Tadish. I guess that thinking before you go and fix something ought to be what we all study next.
The antenna.
Wow, is this cool or what?
Hello there, little Fixies. Did you come to see what I'm working on?
Professor Eugenius, tell us what you're planning on doing with this huge thing.
Well, I hope to use this fantastic device to make contact with aliens.
Since ancient times, people have wondered, is there life on other planets? What might aliens from outer space look like? And what kind of spaceships do they travel in? There are some people who say that they've seen alien spaceships and that they look like flying saucers. There are even some people who say they've actually made contact with aliens. But personally, I'm sure it's just their fantasy. And science hasn't been able to prove any of these stories either. The one story that makes me laugh harder than all of the rest comes from a guy who claims that he saw aliens with his own eyes. Can you believe it? He said that there was a group of tiny aliens that look like humans with glowing hair. It seems to me that this guy just happened to spot a few Fixies who weren't able to hide from him in time.
It's ready. If I could talk.
And now what? If the aliens are out there flying by the Earth, they'll see this plate, get hungry, and come for food?
Aliens don't need a plate like this, silly. When they've got plates that fly, flying saucers.
You're both silly. This thing isn't a plate at all. It's an antenna.
Antenna?
Antennas help people receive radio signals. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, like this, or this. To pick up a signal that's very weak, powerful antennas that are shaped like large dishes work the best of all. When radio waves hit the dish, the waves all bounce off of it and gather together into one point. This makes the signal stronger and clearer. The most powerful dish antennas can even pick up signals from outer space. Nolik, stop! You'll burn yourself.
Don't treat me like a baby boy, okay?
Ah, interesting. I wonder what's inside of there. Do you know?
Why don't we go and take a look?
I was only trying to help him out.
No need, Nolik. The soldering iron is way too hot, and I'm practically all done here.
Then let's start looking for those aliens in outer space.
Just 1 second, Nolik. There.
Uh-oh.
And now, Here we go. Nolik, Simka, let's see if we can pick up signals from outer space.
What do you think? Is it night right now, where the aliens live? What if they're sleeping?
Quit bothering the professor with your nonsense.
Let us out right now. Can't you hear us? Please let us out!
I'm afraid there's no way they can hear us from this far away.
I can't hear any signals.
It just sounds like static.
Be patient, you guys, and keep listening.
Digit, we all know how clever you are. Can't you think of a way out of here?
I think I got it, Tula. You stay there. I'll use a special code I know to send a signal that we're in trouble.
Wait a second. Do you hear that?
Could it be a signal from the aliens?
Hooray!
This is sensational. It means that somewhere in the cosmos are intelligent forms of life. 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. Ooh, it's Morse code. It's a signal for help that they're sending.
You don't think the aliens are in trouble, do you?
Yeah, I think so.
And who do you think they learned Morse code from out there?
Yeah, that's strange.
There are hardly any Fixies that know that code.
Digit does.
Ah, and where is he, you know?
And where's Tula?
Well, I think I know exactly with which aliens we made contact.
I think I know it too, Professor. Lower the antenna. Greetings to you, oh extraterrestrial visitors.
Hi there. It's good to be back.
What a shame. I was really hoping that we'd find intelligent life forms out there.
It's all right. At least we found 2 unintelligent ones.
The chain reaction.
Tom Thomas, what you doing?
Nolik, leave me alone.
No, really. What is that?
Quit distracting me, will you? Nolik, look at what you've done.
I?
It's all because you wouldn't quit it.
Wouldn't quit what?
I was struggling with that thing for half an hour and you ruined it.
Whoa! Oh! Hey, Tom Thomas, can you hear me? Tom Thomas, let me out!
Nolik, is that you banging?
Yeah.
And how did you end up in there?
None of your business.
Why are you so rude to me?
'Cause I feel like it.
Oh, yeah? Enjoy sitting there.
Well, who needs you?
Goodbye.
Oh, Simka, what happened to you? Did you bang yourself?
And so what?
Does it hurt?
Leave me alone, Tula. You always have to be fussing over everybody. Come on, why are you so angry, huh?
Nolik was rude to me.
That means you have to be rude to me?
Forgive me, Tula.
And where's Nolik right now?
There.
Let's go see him. Nolik, it's Tula. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Why were you so rude with your sister?
'Cause Tom Thomas was rude with me.
I get it. It's a chain reaction.
A what?
Setting a log on fire isn't easy. But it's easy to light a match, use the match to light kindling, the kindling to light a twig, and the twig to light the log. Have you ever seen a fire grow? It's an example of a typical chain reaction. So be extra careful with fire, because just one match or little piece of smoldering coal can lead to a huge disaster. Yes, they can make a whole forest burst into flame and burn down to the ground. And all because of a simple chain reaction.
I don't get you. What chain reaction?
What do you mean, Nolik? Tom Thomas was rude to you, then you were rude to Simka, then Simka was rude with me.
So there it is, a chain reaction.
Yeah, and the rudeness was like a little spark. It just spread and spread and spread like a forest fire.
Will you forgive me, Simka?
Yeah, all right.
I've got an idea. Why don't we try starting our very own chain reaction the other way around?
What do you mean?
Well, instead of spreading angry and rude feelings, we could spread happiness.
But how?
It's simple. All we need to do is smile and say nice things to each other.
What a great idea! We could work together and fix Tom Thomas's mood.
And I know how. Come help me pick up this domino, will you?
Everything in the whole universe is made up of atoms. Particles so extremely small that you can't even see them through a microscope. But when a tiny atom splits, it makes a tiny explosion. And that explosion can start another explosion, and another explosion, and another. And now you've got a chain reaction. And that's how a lot of tiny explosions work together to make the gigantic explosion of an atomic bomb, the deadliest weapon known to man. But atomic energy can also be used for peaceful purposes. For example, nuclear power plants use this energy to produce electricity and hot water. And nuclear-powered icebreakers can break through the thick Arctic ice so ships can sail on their way.
There, all done.
Nolik, bring him in.
And now we're gonna teach Tom Thomas how a chain reaction can work to make you feel really good.
He's coming.
On your marks, now.
What's going on? No, really?
Tom Thomas, watch this.
That was so totally awesome! I can't believe what I saw. How did you do that? It was just
a chain reaction.
What?
A chain reaction.
The team.
The first period is almost over. Tom Thomas's team is leading 2-0. There's no getting around the difference in class.
Simka, pass to me. Simka, over here!
Goal! 3-0. And that's the end of the period. Time for the teams to take a break.
This isn't a fair game.
There's 6 of these guys and only 2 of us.
Go ahead and call your classmates. I'll still outscore you.
You sure about that?
Uh-huh. Well, Tom Thomas, you asked for it.
Young Fixies take classes and study just like human kids. But Fixie schools are quite a bit different than schools for people. To begin with, there are no more than 10 students in a room. In Simka's class, for instance, there are 6, and the children don't study in one place. On one day, the lesson could be inside a refrigerator, the next day in a computer, and the day after that in a vacuum cleaner. This is the best way for Fixies to learn all about them and put their new knowledge to the test. But the most important thing is that they have to learn to work as a team and help each other. Stronger Fixies helping weaker ones, and older Fixies helping younger ones. This is a must for Fixies, because appliances are so very big that if we didn't work as a team, we little Fixies could never get by.
As the second period is about to begin, our full team comes to the ice.
Huh?
Introducing the engine of our class, Fire!
My motor's roaring.
And now the brains of our class, Digit!
Okay, what's the score?
Now here is the spirit of our class, Tula!
Could I be our goalie?
And here she is, the face of our class, Verda!
And oh, what a cute one.
So you want to quit, Tom Thomas?
I'm not afraid of you.
Nolik, pass! Shoo! I'm calculating the angle to use. Whoa!
Oops!
Pass it quick!
Quit sleeping!
If you're gonna scream at me, I'm not going to play at all.
Wow, that's some team you got there. Six nothing. It's a blowout. Now the intermission before the final period.
We're missing something here. I can tell you what.
You mean confidence?
Calculations?
Elegance?
I know speed.
What's missing here's teamwork.
Simka, you're right. It's one for all and all for one.
Then here's what we're gonna do.
We got it!
Attack and check, don't lose control. A line change on the fly. The puck is zooming towards the goal to score and break the tie.
It's one for all and all for one. Great teamwork is a must. Let's go and show them how it's done. This game was made for us.
Hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Hockey's our game. Hockey, hockey's our game. Tell me again, what's the name of our game? Hockey. I can't hear you. Hockey. Oh, hockey's our game. Hockey. Hockey's our game. Hockey. Hockey's our game. Hockey. Hockey's our game. Hockey. I love that hockey.
Hooray! We won, Tom Thomas. What do you say now?
How did I get creamed like that?
'Cause you're by yourself here, and we are a team!
Reflexes.
Add this to that. Now what do you get? 3. Don't you remember? Bark, bark, bark. All you have to do is bark 3 times.
That's too hard a trick for Chusaka.
Maybe you could teach her to jump through a hoop.
I already tried. She just sits there. Come on, Chusaka, give it a try.
Try showing her this sugar.
Chusaka. Alley-oop. Come on, jump.
See you, Tom Thomas. It's time for us to go to school.
See you later, animal tamer.
Great job, Chusaka.
Our lesson for today is on the subject of reflexes. I'll write it here for you.
What's the lesson?
Someone's late again.
Ah, colleague, my glasses are gone. Are they here?
They're right there on your forehead.
Ooh, how about that? Forgive me for interrupting.
Let's continue our class. And so...
Thanks so much.
So you turned into screws again. Does anyone know why that is?
Because we have to hide ourselves from humans.
But you don't have to hide yourself from Professor Eugenius.
But we didn't know it was him at the door.
Right you are. You had already transformed before you had time to think. And that's what we call a reflex. To explain it in simple words, a reflex is when our body reacts to something automatically without needing any time at all to think about it. When we touch something very hot, we instantly jerk our hand back. When we're about to fall, we swing our arms and legs to try to keep our balance. Just imagine what would happen if we started thinking how and in which direction to move them. So it's fair to say that our reflexes help to protect us.
No kidding. They protect us. My nose itches. Achoo. Excuse me, I didn't mean it.
Professor, sneeze. Is that also a reflex?
It most certainly is one. Fire didn't want to, but then his nose tickled and achoo. Bless you, too.
Thank you.
And do dogs also have reflexes?
Of course dogs have reflexes. All animals do.
Yeah. It's something all good animal trainers know. They use the animals' reflexes to teach them tricks. Many humans teach their pets lots of commands, like to bring a ball, to count, or even to dance. But to train a pet, you gotta know what to do. A good animal trainer always has plenty of treats handy. As soon as an animal follows a command correctly, like standing on its hind legs or jumping over a hurdle, the animal gets a treat. And then the trainer makes a unique signal right away, like clicking his fingers or blowing a whistle. After repeating this training over and over, the animal develops a reflex. Once it gets the signal, it carries out the command and then gets a treat. But the most important thing about animal training is to love your trainee and never hurt it. Otherwise, no treat will work.
Tom Thomas, we just learned in Fixie school how you can train Chusaka.
Yeah?
With the help of reflexes.
With what?
Where's Chusaka? Call her.
Chusaka, come here.
Give her a math problem, a nice simple one.
Add this to that. Now what do you get? It's a miracle! 3! You got it!
No, it's not a miracle. Science is what it is. You know how Chusaka barks whenever she sees a Fixie around. That's what we call a reflex, you know.
I understand. And do you know how I can teach her jumping?
Well, we didn't figure that out yet.
Wait a sec, I know how. Chasing Fixies. Isn't that one of Chusaka's reflexes?
Probably, although...
That's great, so let's go and train the dog.
Nothing's ever too much for a good friend.
Chusaka.
It's pretty tough work being a dog trainer.
The camera.
Stop right there and let me see how pretty you look today.
Well, just don't tell that to the elevator.
Bye-bye.
Check it out, Nolik. Class, huh?
You're not gonna get in trouble for doing that?
No. My dad gave me permission to take a few pictures with his camera.
No, I mean the picture.
You're sure that your mom and dad will like that you took it without asking for permission?
But look, what a good picture.
You know what, Tom Thomas? You're like a regular paparazzi or something.
Paparazzi? They're the ones that take one photo and get millions, aren't they?
You're right. And don't care about anyone except their photo paparazzis. Did you ever wonder how a photo camera works? Let's say you want to take a picture of nature. The light that's outside goes into the camera's lens. That's the glass eye on the front of the camera. The lens takes the light from the scene outside the camera and turns it into a tiny picture that's inside the camera. Then the picture is recorded onto a special electronic sensor called a matrix that's sensitive to light. Click, and there's your photo.
What a great idea! Now I know. I'm going to be a paparazzi.
Hey, what about your promise?
What promise?
To never take a picture of us.
We're a secret. Stop.
Hey, relax. I'll delete them all later.
Tom Thomas, stop this right now.
I won't until I get a photo of you.
Nolik, let's
run. You can't run from me. Aha! I've gotcha! The story of the century! The monster and its prey!
Tom Thomas! Help! No, he won't help, because he's a paparazzi.
Yes! I got it! That's my best photo yet!
What's all this noise about?
Awesome shot!
The first cameras were invented almost 200 years ago, but they worked very slowly. If you wanted to have your portrait taken, you'd have to sit still for a whole hour. After film was invented, cameras got much faster, and it became possible to take about 10 pictures a minute. On a piece of film, everything appears to be backwards. Black parts of the picture are white, and the white is black. It doesn't look normal until the picture is transferred from the film to a piece of photographic paper. Now people shoot pictures with digital cameras that work without any film at all. You can look at what you shot instantly on a screen to see if you like it. And if you don't like it, you can try shooting another one. And today, you don't even need a separate camera to take pictures. Almost every mobile phone has one.
Simka and Nolik, are you in there? Hey, come out. I'll stop shooting photos of you. Aren't we friends? I'm sorry, guys.
Well, your friends were almost eaten alive by a dog.
Please forgive me. Want to look at the photos I took?
Sure, go on. Show us what you got.
We're not in that shot. We're not there either.
Well done there, paparazzi.
Hang on a sec. I still got another one, and you're in it. I know for sure. Look. I'm zooming in. It's impossible. I don't believe it.
It's possible.
But when did you have time to turn into screws?
The same time you were pushing the button.
When we're scared, we can change faster than the blink of an eye.
You lost. Paparazzi.
And what are you gonna do with your millions, Mr. Paparazzi?
Would you please stop calling me that?
You got it, after every one of those photos is thrown away.
All right, I'll delete them. And do I have to delete this one too?
No, keep it. It's a great shot. I never even saw you take it.
Invisible ink.
note.
Who's it from?
It's from no one.
Ah, is this no one a girl? Hey, tell us, what did she write to you?
I don't know.
Well, then let's take a look at it.
No way. It's a secret.
Even from your friends?
Mm-hmm. Come on, we're not just your friends. We're secret friends.
And you won't tell anyone?
Nobody. We promise.
Are you gonna open that thing or not? Huh, there's nothing there.
Is this a joke or something?
Maybe she didn't feel like writing you anything.
Then why would she put a note in there?
Wait a second. And what if she wrote that letter with a special kind of invisible ink?
Wow, I've never heard of it.
If you want to keep what's written in a letter secret, you can write it with a special liquid called invisible ink or security ink. You can make invisible ink yourself by mixing lemon juice, milk, or baking soda with water. Then just dip a stick or a brush in it and write on a plain piece of paper, like this. You can't see anything, right? To make the invisible ink visible again, the paper needs to be warmed up with something like an iron. But that's a secret.
Well, Simka, you might be right. Only what about the iron? I can't use it.
But your mom can, and right now she's doing the ironing.
Yeah? Well, that changes everything.
Hold on! If that really is a secret letter, then no one should be allowed to see it.
Even your mother.
What can I do then? Ah, I know what. Mom, can you iron my shirt too, please, will ya?
What's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong, it's just that the pocket's wrinkled.
Ah, sure, I'll do it. Since when did you start worrying about things like this? All done.
Thanks, Mom. That should do it.
What? What is it?
Huh?
Tom Thomas, I really like you.
Katya. Katya's in love with you, isn't she?
And what about you? Do you like her?
I don't know. She does get straight A's.
You like her. You and Katya kissing in a tree.
Nolik, stop your teasing. Well, are you gonna write her back?
You think I should?
Of course, silly.
I'm scared that someone will see it.
Then why don't you write it with invisible ink like she did?
Yeah, go get a lemon.
Nowadays, it isn't very common for people to write letters by hand and send them by regular mail. Today, people mostly send letters through the internet. But even electronic letters should be written with some of the same simple rules of politeness used in handwritten letters. For instance, you need to write a greeting at the beginning of your letter, and a few kind words at the end are always appreciated. Something like hugs and kisses, or all the best, or see you soon. And before you send off your letter, it's best to read it through to check for any mistakes. And one more thing. If you receive a message from someone, don't take too long to answer them, because they might think that you'd forgotten about them, and that can hurt their feelings. To say it simply, when you write, be polite.
Go on, write.
And what should I write?
Come on, tell the truth. Just write this. Forgive me, Katya. Only there's another girl I really like. My one and only Simka.
Nolik!
If you don't like it, then why don't you think it up?
Tom Thomas, just go ahead and write how you feel deep down in your heart for Katya.
Katya, I like you too. Like that? Is that all I have to write? Would that be okay?
It's lovely.
Kissi.
Just zip it, will ya? Tom Thomas, is that everything? And did you make sure to check that you didn't make any mistakes?
No, but I'll check right now.
Huh, all the words disappeared.
Well, if there's something wrong, only Katya will find it.
The baby monitor.
Oh, it's my old baby monitor. On. Check. Checking. 1, 2, 3. Checking. It's working.
Why don't we give it to the Johnsons? They just had a baby the other day.
This is mine, and I'm planning on using it.
Aren't you a little too big for it?
No, I'm not big at all.
Well, I didn't realize that you're still a little boy. And a greedy one at that.
They're never gonna notice this. Hey, Fixies, are you here?
We're here now. Why did you call us?
I gotta show you how I turned into a mind reader.
I find that just a little hard to believe.
Okay, then I'll show you. I'll leave you alone, and then you'll hide this button wherever you want. Then I'll come back and find it.
You got it. So where's a good hiding place? Well, we gotta think of one.
Right here, under the keyboard.
Great! Go on, Nolik. Come on in. We're ready for you.
And now, I'm going to read your thoughts. Here I go. You hit the button here. Look. Ta-da!
He really does read minds.
Oh, that was a lucky guess. Bet you can't do it again.
Well, I bet you I can.
We're gonna have to be sneakier.
Verda, she's the most beautiful girl in our class. She knows it, too, and doesn't hesitate to use it. She can even be a bit sneaky, like when she needs help with her homework. Then Digit suddenly becomes her best friend. But if she doesn't want to carry her pack-a-mat, she'll say, "Fire, please help me. You're just such a strong Fixie." But all us boys like her just the same. Digit does, and Nolik does, and I guess I do, too. Although, I really like Simka more. Or maybe Verda. Or both of them. I haven't decided yet. Verda can be difficult and even bossy sometimes. But one thing I know for sure, Verda's a good friend. A friend that'll always come help. Well, that is if she's able to pry herself away from the mirror.
I think that we should throw it down into this pencil cup. But then we concentrate on another place.
That is good, but it won't work, Fixies.
Come on in.
Uh-huh. Aha! It's in here. Tadish?
Simka, were you thinking about the cup?
No, I swear. And my mind was blank.
Then who did, huh? Uh-huh. Tom Thomas, what do you say we go again?
As many times as you want.
Shh, I know how he's been doing all of this. It's a baby monitor. That's how we can hear what we're saying.
I don't get it.
A baby monitor helps parents watch over their babies. The system has 2 units that look like wireless telephones. The parents keep one of the units by their side and put the other one in the room where the baby is sleeping. If the baby suddenly wakes up and starts crying, the unit in the baby's room will pick up the sound and send it by radio waves to the parents' unit. Mom or Dad will hear the crying and go and comfort their child.
And so he's listening to us now.
This time I know what we should do. We'll hide it under the globe.
Ooh.
Go on.
Uh-huh. Aha! Huh? Where is it?
If you read our minds, you'd find your button under the baby monitor.
You tricked me. That's really not nice.
And spying on us is nice, you think?
I'm sorry, I just thought it'd be fun.
Well, anyhow, Tom Thomas, you're too old for this thing. Unless, of course, you still need it.
I'm not a baby. I was just, checking it. I'll go and give it to Mom. Mom, I'm not greedy.
About what?
Let's give this monitor to the Johnsons, and this car is for their baby boy.
I don't think that baby's big enough yet for your car.
So what? Soon he's gonna get bigger and become a big boy, right? Like me.
The pack-a-mat.
Simka, can I have the pack-a-mat? I'd like to practice with it a little before the exam. Take it! anything.
Good. I couldn't be any worse with it. I wanted a vacuum cleaner.
Actually, you were pretty close there. You did manage to get the hose at least.
This is not at all funny.
In order to get a tool out of a Pac-Man, a Fixie must not only press the button on his chest, but he must also clearly picture exactly the tool he needs. By the time they are adults, this is easy for Fixies to do. But while they're children, they must study hard to master this important skill. As Fixies learn about new tools, they take exams to prove they know how they work. And if they pass an exam, the new tool is added to their Pac-Mans. And there's no end to what you can find inside. Screwdrivers, hammers, ladders, vacuums, and even soldering irons. But many of the tools that Fixies use look quite different from the ones that humans have. And the reason for this is very simple. It's because Fixies have to fix appliances that are much bigger than they are.
I just wish I knew which tool was gonna be on that exam.
I got it! You just stay right here. Grandpoos!
What?
On the exam, which tool are you gonna ask about?
It's a secret.
It's too bad.
But I'm sure you can keep a secret, right?
Of course.
Then I'll tell you. Today's exam is on pliers, you see? You won't tell anyone, will you?
Not a chance.
I'll never pass it.
You will. He's gonna ask about pliers.
Huh? How could you know that?
It's a secret. Okay, Digit. See if you can get the pliers out of there.
A pair of pliers is a great tool indeed. To grab and turn things, it's the tool that you need. Just be careful how you use them, or your fingers, you could bruise them. Pliers are a great tool indeed. Just be careful how you use them, or your fingers, you could bruise them. Pliers are a great tool indeed.
Good going. You got it.
Thanks a lot, Nolik.
It's not really me you should be thanking. Grandpoos, thanks a lot.
For what?
The secret.
What secret?
About the pliers.
Oh, that. You know, I picked a new topic. I decided that a hammer will be the tool.
A hammer?
Only it's a secret.
I remember. The topic got changed. It's a hammer. You sure about that? Totally.
All right. I'll try to do it.
A hammer is a great tool indeed. To pound in nails, it is the tool that you need. Just be careful how you use it, or your finger, you could bruise it. A hammer is a great tool indeed.
Super. I'm sure you're gonna pass.
That's only if he asks me about a hammer.
I'll be right back. Grandpoos, it's a hammer for sure?
Nah. A hammer would be way too easy for those kids. So now it is a drill.
A drill?
But only...
It's a secret! Now I know. There's no doubt about it at all. It's a drill.
A drill is such a great tool indeed. To drill a hole, it is the tool that you need. Just be careful how you use it, or your finger, you could lose it. A drill is such a great tool indeed.
And if it's not a drill, right.
Hammers, wrenches, drills, screwdrivers, vices, mallets, saws, and pliers. All of these are super duper great tools, yes indeed.
That's all. That's enough of this. I'll just go and take the exam. Yeah.
Digit, come on in.
Professor, well, what do you want to ask me on today's exam?
Nothing. You already passed.
What? You mean you're not going to ask me anything at all?
No need. You're excellent at getting tools out of a Pac-Man.
But how could you know that?
That's a secret. And we Fixies sure know how to keep secrets.
The crowbar.
Everything's fine here, too. I wish something would break for a change. It's already been a week and nothing's broken in here.
Stop worrying. Everything breaks at some point.
Well, nothing seems to ever break inside of this house.
That's because we take such good care of it.
No, Masya, it's boring with no real work to do. We should move somewhere else.
When Fixies graduate from school, they must choose the place where they want to work. Some will work at factories, and some on ships, and some in theaters, and some in hospitals, too. Fixies are needed everywhere. Now, Fixie families with children like to choose places that are a bit quieter. Usually, they'll settle inside of people's houses. It's not too noisy there, like in a factory, but there's still plenty of work to do. They need to check on appliances like computers, vacuum cleaners, telephones, irons, and washing machines. And Fixies always try their best. They just love being busy with work. And so if there's nothing broken in the house, Fixie families will move to a new place where there's much more work to be done.
Nolik, did you hear that?
I don't want to move anywhere.
But think about the kids, dear. They've got their school and friends here.
Do you like this friend of theirs? A human kid playing with Fixie kids. You know as well as I that it's just not right. All right, then. If nothing's broken down before the end of the day, that's all. We gotta move.
Oh, no, I can't. Tom Thomas comes home the day after tomorrow, and we'd be gone by then.
Pull yourself together.
And I won't see him anymore at all?
Nolik, I have an idea.
What idea?
If something happens to break down before the end of the day, then we're not moving.
But what if nothing breaks?
Calm down. We're gonna make sure of it.
Simka, you're a genius. But how can we make sure of it?
We're going to use a crowbar. A crowbar is powerful and simple. It's nothing more than a heavy metal bar with either sharp or flat ends. It can be very helpful for breaking through concrete or ice. It can also be used as a lever to root out a tree stump or move a boulder. If one end of the bar has a claw cut into it, then it's good for pulling out nails. Yes, sometimes the simplest tools are the most powerful ones.
Do we have that tool?
We've got our pack-a-mat, and it's got everything.
Yay!
In gadgets and devices, our work will never end. Appliances are fickle, they need a loyal friend. At morning, noon, and midnight of every single day. When there is an emergency, you know we're on our way. 1, 2, 3. Inside we'll be to fix what's wrong, till it runs strong. 1, 2, 3. Inside we'll be all day and night. We fix things right.
How about you let me try?
Go on. Nolik! What are you thinking?
I'm doing like you were doing.
No, you're not.
Now I'm confused.
First off, whatever you break's gotta look like it broke all by itself.
Oh, I gotcha.
And second, you gotta break it in some way that can be fixed later.
Did someone say something needs fixing? Or am I hearing things?
Papas, we just found out that the television's broken down.
Are you sure?
Yeah. And one of the keys on the keyboard is stuck.
For real?
For real. And the clock's not running either.
Oh ho! Masya, our life is getting back on the right track.
Should we fix them?
Yeah, what else? We are the Fixies.
We live to keep on working, and work for us is fun. So we'll just keep on working, 'cause our work's never done. And deep inside of gadgets, if you look when it's dark, you might just see us race around like multicolored sparks. 1, 2, 3. Inside we'll be to fix what's wrong, till it runs strong. 1, 2, 3. Inside we'll be all day and night. We fix things right.
Tidish! Oh, that was a lot to do.
You'd almost think that somebody broke it on purpose.
Well, we didn't do it.
It broke by itself.
Yeah, this apartment still needs a lot of work. We shouldn't move anywhere. I like it here.
So do I.
It's the best.
See, we don't need to go anywhere.
The shadow play.
Oh, hi there, Tom Thomas.
What are you doing here?
I dropped a paper clip.
Give me some light.
Huh. What's so funny, huh? We're trying to help you out.
You've got funny shadows, that's what.
Hey, check this out.
It's an eagle.
And Simka is a goose.
She looks more like a moose.
I do, huh? All right, and take that.
You're like real actors performing in a show.
Uh-huh.
Actors playing a theater, you know? And we're just under a bed.
And so what? How about we make our very own theater? A theater with shadows.
Class!
Tom Thomas, we need a piece of paper, a huge sheet. It's really quite easy to make your own shadow theater. You can make the screen out of a white sheet or a big piece of paper. Next, make sure the room is dark and shine a desk lamp at the screen. Now, to make the shadows, just put yourself or a cardboard cutout between the lamp and the screen. Your shadow or the shadow of your puppets will come to life. But make sure that the audience sits on the other side of the screen. The play will be much more magical for them from that side. Tom Thomas, light.
Oh, wow! Simka, you look totally like the real Red Riding Hood.
Hello, dear granddaughter.
Hello, dear grandmother. Grandmother, what very big eyes you've got.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Nolik, come on, we're rehearsing.
The wolf's voice is funny.
Grandmother, I never noticed what very big teeth you've got.
They're so much better to eat you with, my dear. Yum, 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 yum.
Let them out, wolf. Or I'll get them out, myself.
Ha ha! You'll stop me with that little stick?
Hey, that's not in the fairy tale.
But in the fairy tale, it's a normal hunter.
And what do you think I am?
Look for yourself. You're way too small to be the hunter.
Fine, then go do your play without me.
Well, I guess I'll have to make the hunter out of paper then.
That's all. Take a break.
I'm really thirsty. She was so salty, that grandma.
Nolik, don't be upset.
The wolf is huge, and I'm so little.
Then let's make you bigger. You see? Now you're bigger.
Yeah, you're right.
And if we go back here,
then I'm even bigger.
Now you know. If you go back here near the lamp, your shadow will get bigger on the screen.
Class!
There are just so many different kinds of theaters in the world. In the dramatic theater, the actors speak the lines of the playwright. At the opera, the actors don't speak their lines. They sing them, accompanied by an orchestra. And here at the ballet, the performers don't speak or sing their parts. Here, the story is told with dance. There are also theaters where the performers are animals. In an animal theater, you can watch performances by cats and dogs, or goats and pigeons, or even bears and seals. There are also theaters where the stories are told by puppets. To tell the truth, the puppets are brought to life with the help of people. Yes, there are so many different kinds of theater. My favorite is the shadow theater. I think it's the most beautiful and mysterious theater of them all.
Hello, dear grandmother. Grandmother, what very big eyes you've got.
The better to see you with, my dear.
And grandmother, what great big sharp teeth you've got.
Oh, the better to eat you up with, my dear.
Ooh, just wait. Aha, wolf, I've got you.
The hunter looks so strong.
You're a hunter? Then where's your gun?
Why do I need a gun? You're so tiny I could use a fly swatter. But I'd rather do it like this.
Like what?
With my bare hands.
Way to go!
Hooray! Splendid! Who was your favorite? Mine was the grandmother.
Well, I think Red Riding Hood was the best.
For me, the hunter. He was so mighty and so fearless.
And for me, the special effects.
The manipulator.
Well, what do you say, Professor?
It couldn't be any more accurate. Our manipulator works just perfectly.
Good! So that means that we're free to go.
Great. See you later.
All right, finally. Now it's our turn to experiment with that manipulator.
And do you know how to operate this manipulator?
Why do you think we were spying? A manipulator is a kind of mechanical arm that people use for difficult or dangerous work. To control a manipulator, humans use a remote control or a joystick. The operator gives the command, and the mechanical arm grabs and moves the load. Some robotic manipulators don't even need to be steered by an operator. They're controlled by computers and can work without people being there at all, even on the moon. What is this button for? Uh-huh. How about this one? Uh-huh. Would you like to take a ride?
Right now?
You're scared.
Scared? Not one bit.
Then off we go.
Yeah, cool. Ha, this is totally awesome.
Well, hang on. This is gonna get even awesomer. Professor? Strange. What made this ladder just fall over? Ah! Am I crazy? Or is someone here? Oh, calm down. Calm down now. Poor Elisa. Yeah, you're completely overworked.
Whoa!
Ah! Who's here?
Achoo!
Hang in there, Nolik. I'll get you out of there. My compact's gone. Oh dear, what's going on? Ah! Stop this nonsense right now, or I'll call the police on you. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in... Ah! Where are you pulling me? I'm going to faint. I'm warning you. That's all. Goodbye. Oh.
Throughout the world, humans use manipulators for all sorts of work. In factories, manipulators are used to lift and move heavy loads. They can also hand out the parts needed for assembly or even attach these parts themselves. In hospitals, more precise manipulators are used by doctors to help perform operations. Manipulators are also used in places where the work is simply too dangerous for people. For instance, where there are deadly chemicals, or places where humans can't get to easily, like somewhere underground where there isn't enough space to move, or deep under the water. Or in outer space where there's absolutely no air to breathe. So you see, mechanical arms are helpful in all sorts of places where humans are unable to reach things with their own arms.
Hang on, Nolik. How can I get that thing open? Oh, I got it!
Yes? Who's there? Ah! What's going on?
Achoo!
Nolik? What are you doing in there?
Achoo! We just took a little test flight.
Is this yours? Elisa! Elisa!
Professor, you genius.
I was attacked by a crazy arm.
The manipulator. It's your imagination.
Look, it's come back.
Stop, I'm telling you.
Professor Eugenius, it heard what you just said.
Calm down, it's okay. It was a little malfunction, but I took care of it.
You are just astounding.
And don't think that I'm through with you.
With me?
With you? No, with the manipulator. Let's go, Elisa.
Yeah, let's go, Professor.
Great job, Fire.
And why fire?
The oven.
Now here he is, our death-defying acrobat.
Nolik, don't!
I'm not Nolik, I'm an acrobat. You're going to fall. I'm not going to. I see. Every single time with him, it's the same old story. He gets himself into trouble, and I've got to get him out of it. No, I'm falling. Whoa! Hold on! I'm just joking. Nolik, you're a knucklehead. Simka, Tula,
We're down here.
Look who's in trouble this time, huh? This isn't funny at all. Need some help? We can manage this ourselves. Right, Tula? Well, all right then. See you later. We gotta get out of here.
Tom Thomas's mom is coming.
Hide! Hi, Tom Thomas.
Hi, Nolik. Are you up for a ride? Because this train's leaving the station.
Nice place.
It's the oven.
It's beautiful in here and not hot at all. Splendid.
It isn't hot right now because it only started warming up. An oven is a cabinet with a heater. It can get so hot inside that it'll roast whatever's in there. As a matter of fact, that's what ovens are for. People roast meat inside of them and bake things too. Some ovens burn gas for heat and others use electricity. They have special electric coils that get red hot and heat everything that's inside the oven. So be careful around ovens. A hot oven can burn you very badly.
It really is getting so hot.
We gotta get out of this oven right away!
Simka, we're about to get roasted in here.
Yeah, inside of a fresh-baked Fixie cake.
I don't want to.
You think I do? Here, grab on tight. This way.
Be careful, you'll fall off.
You're just like Simka. She told me the same thing, and then she was the one who fell. Right into the batter. Together with Tula.
What? They both fell in the dough?
Oh, yeah. And they're probably still stuck in there, too.
Tom Thomas, the cake's fresh out of the oven. Do you want to try some?
Where could they be, huh?
I don't know. Maybe they're inside the cake. They could have turned into screws.
We gotta find them.
Hey, what are you doing? Eat. Stop playing.
Hey, watch out. You could break your teeth.
The first ovens in ancient homes were nothing more than simple fire pits where people cooked on hot coals. Later on, the stove was invented. Every house had a stove made out of stone, clay, or cast iron. People would burn wood or coal in them. These stoves produced enough heat to make soup or bake a cake. And then in the 19th century, the gas stove was invented. Gas stoves are much more practical than wood-burning stoves. 1 second and the gas is burning. A few more minutes and the water's boiling. They're very convenient, but they can also be dangerous because if the pipes aren't in good condition, there can be an explosion. Today, there are also stoves and ovens that run with electricity. They use electric heating elements for frying, boiling, or baking foods without fire at all.
Thomas, I think you'll explode.
But it's so incredibly good. I just can't stop eating it.
Keep chewing, Thomas.
That's as much as I can chew.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Up to? We're trying to save you.
You're not in the cake? Then how come I was eating all of this? I hate cake.
Maybe it's because that's what good friends do.
Yeah, he's a good friend who's got a really good appetite.
The disguise.
Ugh, good.
Thomas, why do you need a second aquarium? Especially without any fish.
First of all, it's a terrarium. And it's not for fish, it's for lizards and snakes.
Ooh.
My friend Katya asked me to take care of him while she's away. That's why I brought him here.
Take care of who? There's no one in there. Ah!
What is that? It's a chameleon, Nolik. I think he's awesome.
It's a bad idea to take him out. He might run away.
Don't you worry, I got him.
What a monster. But how come I couldn't see him before? It's because a chameleon knows how to disguise himself by changing the color of his whole body. Have you ever seen a military uniform? They have special patterns and colors that help soldiers hide. That's called camouflage, and people learned it from animals. For instance, a caterpillar can look like a twig, and a seahorse can look like a piece of coral. An ordinary gray rabbit becomes white in the winter, so a wolf will have trouble finding it in the snow. But the champion of camouflage is the chameleon. This master of disguise can change its color in just a matter of seconds.
Hey, Thomas, where'd your chameleon go?
Oh, it disappeared.
It didn't disappear, it camouflaged.
He won't hide for long. Let's find him.
Chusaka, have you seen the chameleon? Where is he? Do you see him?
No, he's not gonna let us catch him. We're gonna have to trick him into coming to us.
Uh-huh. We can set a trap with something that he likes.
What do they like, I wonder?
What else? They're food.
And what do chameleons eat?
Well, like flies or caterpillars, roaches.
Where's the fly gonna come from?
Well, what if...
What? Oh, Simka, just you wait. I'm gonna get you.
Hey, we've got to help Katya. You don't see the caterpillar complaining. Quiet. Nolik, you start buzzing.
Buzzing?
Yeah, like a fly.
Yeah, and flap your wings, too.
Simka, how long do I gotta keep doing this?
Until the chameleon shows himself. Just keep buzzing. Thomas, there he is. Grab him. Let go of my brother. Thomas, quickly. I've got a hold of him.
Yep, I gotcha.
In the the army, they use camouflage all the time. They use nets that look like bushes, paint their tanks in colors that make them blend into their surroundings, and even fly in special planes that can't be seen by radar. They do everything they can to disguise their location. But it's not just the army that uses disguises. Photographers camouflage themselves to take pictures of wild animals. People use makeup to camouflage their blemishes. And artists, they disguise old walls with bright, happy pictures. And people just love to put on masquerade parties where they disguise themselves in costumes and masks. And of course, Fixies have their own great disguise. Remember? Well, what is it?
Now he won't run away.
So, Mr. Master of Disguise, what are you gonna say now?
If only I could disguise myself that well.
Nolik, what are you talking about? You know how to disguise yourself 100 times better than him.
Ah, you're right. Hey, Chameleon, look and learn. Here's a real disguise.
Friction.
Oh, Thomas, that door of yours squeaks terribly.
Yeah, and it's not easy to open either.
Well, that's because the hinges are rubbing. That's why your door is not working right.
How can I fix it?
Just reduce the amount of friction.
How?
With some oil on the hinges. I can do it for you because I've got a pack-a-mat.
All right.
Simka, can I help you?
Sure you can. Wear the pack-a-mat, all right? Friction is the force that tries to stop something from sliding or rubbing smoothly against something else. Rubbing can make things wear out quickly if there's a lot of friction. If you want less friction, you need to put something on the parts that rub against each other, like oil. There are special kinds of grease used to keep clocks and wheels turning smoothly. And for skis, a special kind of wax can be used to make them go even faster. That's it. Now the top hinge. It's all done. Go ahead and check how it's working.
It's not squeaking.
I told ya.
You guys are the best. I gotta go.
Go where?
I'm gonna go sledding.
Maybe you'll take me with you?
Sorry, Nolik. You don't have a sled to ride on. I'll see you later. Simka, should I grease the saucer?
What for? It'll slide down the hill just the way it is.
Ah, okay then.
Wait here for me, Nolik. I'll be back real soon with a surprise for you.
Yeah, oil slippery. I know what I'll do. Wow! Talk about no friction! Hey, anyone? Help! Help! Simka!
Nolik, are you all right? Just stay where you are. I'll be right there.
Papoose! Help us, please!
Who called for me? Help is on the way!
Hey, what are you up to?
Grandpa, stay away from here!
You'll fall over!
Huh? What did you say?
Stay where you are!
What happened here?
I poured some oil on the table.
Why'd you do that?
To reduce friction.
That's brilliant.
Nobody move. I know exactly what to do.
And what was the problem you had with the friction?
I want to see all of this oil gone in 5 minutes.
Engineers are in a constant battle with the force of friction. They want less friction so that cars will run faster and their parts will wear out less quickly. But just imagine what the world would be like if all of a sudden there was simply no friction at all. Everything would start slipping out of our hands and falling off the table. Knots would untie themselves, and that's not the half of it. Cars wouldn't be able to run without friction either. Wheels would spin around and around in one place, unable to grab onto the road. We wouldn't even be able to walk. Because when we walk, we move forward by pushing off the ground with our feet. And how can we do that without friction? We can't. So now I think you can see why it's not so bad to have a little bit of friction in our lives.
Whew, we cleaned it.
But it's still so stinky.
Nolik, I completely forgot. I promised you a surprise. Look.
What is it?
I made you your very own saucer for sledding.
Oh, that's great. Only, what good is this thing without snow?
Nolik, hey! Look what I've got for you.
Snow?
Yeah.
Is it real snow? Really?
Yep. Now you've got your very own hill to sled on.
This is great! What an awesome surprise!
And you don't need oil to make it go quickly.
Yeehaw!
The chick.
Professor Eugenius is making breakfast. Only the eggs will never get cooked at this temperature.
What are you doing? You can't heat up these eggs to temperatures that are this hot.
Why can't you?
The chicks, you'll kill them.
What chicks? Where?
This appliance, do you even know what it is?
I thought it was an egg cooker.
You thought it was an egg cooker? Listen up. I do not want to see you around this thing. Not anywhere close. Got it?
I won't get close to it.
But Grandpa's, we don't even know what this is for.
It's called an incubator. To help her chicks hatch, a mother hen sits on her eggs for a long time, keeping them warm with the heat of her body. An incubator is a device for hatching chicks that is used in place of the mother hen. It's always nice and warm inside, just like under a chicken's wing, but not too hot. An incubator can even turn the eggs so they get just the right amount of heat all over. Chicks that are hatched in an incubator are no different from the chicks that are hatched without them.
Fire!
What?
This thunderstorm is really scary. Let's be scared together.
I'm not scared at all.
Me neither, I was joking. Just joking with you. What do you think? Are the chicks scared in there? Holy moly!
Wow, that was a big one. Even the electricity got turned off.
The incubator turned off too.
And the temperature is dropping.
And for little chicks, is that bad?
I'm sure it is. It's cold in here.
These chicks need help, and Grandpa's isn't around.
Then we're gonna have to save these chicks without him. Nolik, get the door open.
Help me.
I can't. Grandpa said I can't get near the incubator, so try opening it yourself.
I can't do it.
And I can't help you.
But the chicks are going to die of cold.
Let's just do it. But don't you go and tattle to Grandpa's.
I promise. Hooray!
It's a bit early for hooray.
Candle?
Yeah, we'll warm up the chicks with the fire.
Class. Time for hooray?
Now, yeah.
Tanish!
Like sparrows, ducks, storks, and ostriches, all birds lay eggs and sit on them to help them hatch. And it's not only birds. Other animals like snakes, crocodiles, and even turtles have babies that they hatch from eggs. To protect their children, they try to hide their eggs, like deep in the bushes, in the cracks of rocks, or in the sand. the way, roe is also little eggs, just without the shells. From this fish roe, little hatchlings are born that will grow into big fish. And from tiny frog roe, tadpoles hatch that will then develop into full-grown adult frogs. And you've heard of dinosaurs, right? Well, those giant reptiles that lived millions of years ago, they also hatched out of eggs.
What happened to the electricity in here?
It's a blackout from the thunderstorm, I guess.
This is just awful. My incubator! Someone lit a candle, and the temperature is normal.
So who put the candle in there? Tell us right now.
Nolik, don't be a tattletale.
It was me.
By yourself.
By myself?
Of course yourself. I wasn't allowed near it.
Well, yeah. He wasn't allowed near it.
All by yourself. Then well done.
You saved the chicks.
Our hero.
So, Fire, follow his example. And you, Nolik, accept our heartfelt thanks.
Look inside. They're starting to hatch.
All right, Fire. Come take a look. Now I'm allowing you.
Look, a little chick.
It's so cute.
And so yellow.
Look at him. What a little sweetie.
Fire.
What?
Well, I really know who saved him.